guys, so here's the official video for the 1929 Ford Model A body that I had picked up. As you can see, it's in fairly decent condition, almost brand new. So the main thing that I am interested in on this is the body. So it did have the back glass right here, but I took it out when I started moving everything around. I did not want it to break. On the back side, you can see it's 8 out. This is a frame rail right there, and it's 8. But the usual damage is on there, all the quarter panel stuff. Right there where the wheel well is. The doors are in fairly rough condition. This one's not as bad as the other one right there. Here's the inside. The sub rails are pretty much gone as usual. I'm going to go ahead and get those rebuilt. It came with the steering column. The doors actually do open. As you can see, we've already clamped everything together. You guys should have seen the picture before. This section right here was like completely folded in. This has a fairly bad dent right here that I'm going to end up knocking out. The cowl has that rusted out spot right here, and same with this leg. And that's the one thing that you can tell with this being a 29 model, is that this A-pillar is separate from the cowl. The 30s and 31 is all one big piece. So that's one thing I've learned over time. But this came with the steering column, shock absorbers. Now those may or may not be usable. They look in pretty rough condition too. This sat out in a guy's yard for about 9 years. It did have all the fenders on there, but to get it off of my trailer, I had to take it off to lighten it up a little bit. The front cross member is completely shot. As you can see, somebody has tried to weld it up before, and it's actually cracked right there. You guys can see the crack in it right there. The leaf spring is broken off of the front axle. Just mud. I already shot a YouTube short trying to get the back wheel off, and as you can see, it's off, but the wheel that was on there was only half of a wheel, so it was in really bad condition. We do have the bumper mounts still on there. I'm probably going to resell those. I'm trying to recoup some money for some tools to work on this. You got your fender bar right there as well. It's got your brake rods, which are pretty much shot. But I'm going to try to sell what I don't need. Like, I don't need the headlight bar because I got one of those already. The wheels, I'm going to just try to sell for probably like 40 bucks maybe for all of them. I mean, they're all, it's bad condition, but somebody might want them for decoration. But pretty much just take it apart, and then, or I may just leave it together and take the body off and say, hey, come get it for a little bit. I do want the front right here and the rear. I don't have a rear on mine, so this one does have the rear U-bolts up underneath. You guys can see that one. Oh, you guys can see both of them right there. So both rear U-bolts. The axle on the rear is in pretty good condition. It rolls and everything like that with no problems. Leaf spring in the back is in good condition, so that's okay. The frame itself is not really in that bad a condition. We go inside here. You can see some pitting, but for the most part, the frame isn't bad unless you get up right in here. It's bad right there and on this side, and I believe right underneath the wood right there is where the serial number would be, so we can't even get to that yet. I'm going to take the little steps pieces off right there. But this door, for the most part, is intact. It just needs a new outside skin. And lots of body work. So you can see the door frame, the visor's shot. But I'm going to start with the front and get the front fixed up, and then like patch up the holes, get this covered back up, and see what I need elsewhere. But this is what it looks like in the very beginning, and we're going to just work on it. There's the back of it right there. So the back is all mostly there. It just needs to be gotten the bottom part of it made. So I just got it back in the yard so I could actually start working on it, guys. It's going to be a lot of work, piece by piece. I'm looking at getting some bead rollers and English wheels so I can get the correct curvatures and stuff on this thing. It's going to be a challenge, a good, fun learning experience. If you guys have any questions, comments, tips, tricks, leave them in the section down below. I'm going to try to film all of this as we go along. If you guys look back, I've already restored a 1950 Ford Flathead and a 1930 chassis for Model A, and I've gotten all that put together, so it's sitting right next to this. I have video on Instagram of it running and everything like that. So I've just been waiting on a body, and this came up as a really good deal. Couldn't pass it up, and everything around here is so expensive, and this thing was being sold as yard art, if that gives you any clue on the price. So look forward to more. This is the first video of the beginning stages, and we're just gonna work through it and see how everything turns out. Thanks, guys. Stay tuned for more. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys next time.